Every epic fantasy story begins with a hero, often an ordinary person. This hero starts in a mundane world, unaware of the adventure awaiting them. But something extraordinary happens to pull them out of their comfort zone. This moment is called the call to adventure. The hero is faced with a challenge that disrupts their normal life. At first, the hero may resist the call, unsure of their ability to answer. They fear the unknown, unsure if they are capable of such an undertaking. This stage in the hero's journey is crucial. It's a moment of self-doubt. But despite their fear, the hero begins to move toward their destiny. Sometimes, they are forced into the adventure by external forces. This mentor is a guide, a figure of wisdom who offers support and knowledge. These initial steps represent the beginning of transformation. The hero is no longer in control of their life as it was. They are thrust into the unknown. At this point, the hero typically encounters a first major obstacle. Despite these obstacles, the hero pushes forward, driven by curiosity and duty. This stage is all about accepting the challenge, no matter how daunting. In The Hobbit, Bilbo's journey begins when Gandalf invites him on an adventure. But the hero must embrace the call, as it's the first step to greatness. As the hero leaves their ordinary world, they step into the realm of the unknown. The hero's journey is a metaphor for self-discovery. Through trial and hardship, they will learn. With the call accepted, the hero begins to shape their destiny. The beginning of their adventure sets them on a path they cannot easily escape. But the hero is not alone. The mentor or allies begin to gather. Each ally brings something unique, helping the hero along the way. And so, the hero's journey begins, stepping into the adventure that will shape their fate. Once I have accepted the call, doubt themselves. I must face a series of trials. They know these trials test my strength, resolve, and character. Every trial is a challenge that brings me closer to my ultimate transformation. In The Lord of the Rings, I see Frodo face physical and mental challenges that push him to his limits. The trials often reveal my weaknesses and fears. They force me to confront my flaws and doubts. Some trials are physical, like battling monstrous creatures or overcoming dangerous terrain. Others are emotional, requiring me to make difficult choices or face betrayal. Along the way, I may find unexpected allies to help me through these challenges. In Harry Potter, I witness Harry's journey through the Triwizard Tournament, which tests both his bravery and intelligence. These trials allow me to grow, gaining skills, wisdom, and inner strength. It is during these tests that I begin to understand my true potential. Some heroes receive magical items or special tools that aid them in overcoming obstacles. In The Hobbit, I see Bilbo gain the One Ring, granting him the power to become invisible. But even with such tools, I must still rely on my courage and resourcefulness. Often, these trials force me to make sacrifices, giving up something valuable. The sacrifice is crucial for my growth, teaching me the value of selflessness. Along the way, I may encounter enemies who challenge my beliefs and morals. These enemies often reflect my internal struggles and fears. In battling these adversaries, I must come to terms with my own darkness. These confrontations are vital for my internal transformation. In Star Wars, I witnessed Luke Skywalker face Darth Vader, representing his inner conflict with fear and anger. These moments force me to make choices that define my character. the trials become increasingly difficult, pushing me to the brink of despair. At my lowest point, I often experience a moment of doubt or failure. This is the abyss, where it seems impossible to continue. However, it is also a turning point. I must choose to rise again or give up. This moment reveals my true character. The trials culminate in my reaching a point of no return. I have transformed. What was once a reluctant adventurer is now a seasoned hero. The wisdom gained from these trials will serve me in the final confrontation. By overcoming these challenges, I learn the true meaning of my journey. I no longer see myself as an ordinary person. I am a force of change. However, the trials do not just strengthen me, they change me on a deeper level. I might have started out searching for glory or treasure, but now I seek something more. I understand that my mission is bigger than myself. This newfound clarity prepares me for the final test. As I near the end of my journey, I must confront my greatest fear. The final trial often involves an intense battle with the villain, testing everything I've learned. This confrontation is not just physical, but also psychological, a battle of ideals. In this battle, I face my deepest insecurities and weaknesses. It is only by confronting and embracing my flaws that I can win. My transformation is now complete. I am no longer the person who began this journey. I am stronger, wiser, and more self-aware. With the trials behind me, I am ready to face the ultimate challenge. After enduring numerous trials, I enter the final stage of my journey. This is the point where I face my greatest crisis. In this moment, I confront the darkness within myself. I've learned many lessons along the way, and now it's time to put them into practice. The ultimate crisis involves a confrontation with the main antagonist. This force represents everything I must overcome to achieve victory. In The Lord of the Rings, my crisis comes when I face Sauron and the One Ring. This final battle is not just about strength, but about overcoming fear. My vulnerability is exposed, and I'm pushed to my limits. I'm forced to make the most difficult decision of my journey. It's here that I confront my greatest fear head-on. In Harry Potter, Harry's ultimate challenge is to defeat Voldemort. It's a test of love, self-sacrifice, and courage. I might face overwhelming odds, but my internal transformation is key to success. As I confront the antagonist, I'm often forced to make a personal sacrifice. I might lose something precious or risk failure. This sacrifice is a final test of my growth, proving my worthiness. This crisis is the climax of my journey, leading to victory. After overcoming my greatest fear, I'm rewarded with the ultimate boon. The boon is the reward I receive for my trials and sacrifices. It can take many forms: knowledge, power, love, or peace. In The Hobbit, Bilbo's ultimate boon is the discovery of his courage. He returns home with a deep understanding of his own potential. In The Lord of the Rings, my ultimate boon is the destruction of the One Ring. By achieving this, I free the world from darkness. The boon is not only a personal achievement, but a gift to the world. Through my transformation, the world itself is healed or saved. This boon can change the fate of entire civilizations. I am no longer the same person I was at the start of my journey. I've learned, grown, and sacrificed, possessing the wisdom needed to create change. But this boon comes with a heavy cost. My victory may not be without consequences. I may lose something along the way. In Star Wars, Luke Skywalker's victory comes at the cost of losing his father. I've grown, but the journey has been painful and transformative. Yet, my growth allows me to bring about the final resolution. The reward is not just for me, but for everyone around me. Through my sacrifices, I become a beacon of hope. The world begins to heal with my actions. The boon allows me to restore balance and create a better future. With new wisdom and experience, I return to my community, changed forever. My return comes with celebration, but it's bittersweet. I've completed my journey, carrying the weight of my experiences with me. The ultimate boon may not be a tangible object. It could be my own transformation. And with this transformation, I've become a legend, a symbol of hope and strength. After receiving the ultimate boon, I must return to my ordinary world. This is often referred to as the return in the hero's journey. But my return is never as simple as just going back home. The world I return to is never quite the same as it was before. I have been irrevocably changed by my journey. The transformation I've undergone makes it difficult to fully reintegrate. In some stories, I am reluctant to return, feeling that I no longer belong. In The Lord of the Rings, Frodo returns to the Shire, but it no longer feels like home. He has seen too much and experienced too much to return to his former life. My return is also complicated by the resistance of the people around me. People may not understand my journey or the changes I've undergone. In some cases, I must confront the fallout from my journey. I may face opposition or resentment from those who don't understand my mission. Despite these challenges, I bring back something important, a lesson, a message, or a solution. My return often brings peace, healing, or resolution to the chaos I left behind. The changes I made in the world during my journey begin to take root. Even though I've completed my task, the journey is not truly over. The world is transformed, and so are the people in it, due to my actions. I become a symbol of hope, bravery, and perseverance for those around me. My actions often create a ripple effect that spreads far beyond what I know. My return is a time of reconciliation, where old wounds are healed. But it is also a time of reflection for me. I am forced to consider the cost of my journey, the sacrifices I made. Often, I must come to terms with the emotional and psychological toll of my quest. In Harry Potter, Harry returns to a world that has been changed by his battles with Voldemort. He has the responsibility to help rebuild a world that was torn apart by darkness. I may also receive a new title or role, a recognition of my heroism. In many epic fantasy stories, I become a leader, a ruler, or a guide. With this new role comes a new set of challenges and responsibilities. My journey ends with me assuming my place in the world, fully embracing my new identity. But my legacy extends beyond my personal story. My journey becomes a lesson for others, a source of inspiration for the next generation. My story is often passed down through generations as a tale of bravery and wisdom. My actions serve as a reminder of the power of transformations and self-sacrifice. I leave behind not just memories, but a lasting impact on the world. I may become a legend, my deeds immortalized in song and story. But my true legacy is not found in the fame I receive. It is in the positive changes I've brought to the world, the peace, the healing, the hope. My journey has come full circle with my transformation inspiring others. This cycle of growth and transformation continues as future heroes take up the mantle. I have passed on my wisdom, my bravery, and my lessons to the next generation. And with this, my journey doesn't end. It lives on in the actions of those I've inspired. I may no longer be in the spotlight, but my influence endures. My story becomes a blueprint for anyone who seeks to make a difference.